We will just very quickly walk through all the 10 items of SIVA scale. The first of these items is nausea and vomiting. The question is, do you feel sick to your stomach? Have you vomited? And then we need to observe. If there is no nausea and vomiting, the patient is assigned a score of 0. If there is mild nausea but no vomiting, score is 1. If there is intermittent nausea with dry heaves, the score is 4. If there is constant nausea, frequent dry heaves, and frank vomiting, the score is 7. The next question is about tactile disturbances. We ask the patient, do you have any itching, pin and needle sensations, any burning or any numbness, or do they experience any bugs crawling or on or under their skin? If there is none, the score is 0. And as the severity of these symptoms increase, as we can see here, the score also ranges from 1 to 7. The next item on SIVA scale is about tremors. Tremors are typically examined by asking the patients to extend their arms and the fingers are spread apart. If there are no tremors, the score is 0. If the tremors are not visible but can only be felt by fingertips with severe tremors, the score is 7. The next question in SIVA is about auditory disturbances. We ask, are you more aware of sounds around you? Are they harsh? Do they frighten you? Are you hearing anything that is disturbing to you? Sound as well as presence of any auditory hallucinations. And again, the score ranges from not present 0 to continuous hallucinations 7. The next item in SIVA is about sweating. If there is no sweat, then score is 0. Barely perceptible, score 1. There are beads of sweat which are very obvious apparent on the forehead of the patient. If the patient is drenched in sweat, then the score is 7. We also ask about visual disturbances. So again, just like auditory symptoms, here we ask about visual symptoms. Does the light appear to be too bright? Are the colors different? So if no such disturbances are present, the score is 0. If there is mild to moderate hypersensitivity of visual stimulus, the score keeps on increasing. In case of hallucinations, a higher score is assigned to this condition. The next item is about anxiety. We need to ask, do you feel nervous? If the patient is comfortable, no anxiety, score is 0. And with increasing grades of anxiety, the scores can be 1, 4 or 7. The next item is about headache. Does your head feel different? Does it feel like there is a band around your head? Here it's important to not rate for dizziness or lightheadedness. Otherwise, we need to rate the severity. And again, from not present to extremely severe, the score can be 0 through 7. For the next item, which is agitation, rather than asking the patient anything, we need to depend upon our observation when we are interacting with the patient. If the activity appears to be normal, then the score is 0. If patient appears to be more active than normal, then the score is 1. Moderately fidgety and a person is seen pacing back and forth during most of the interview or constantly thrashing about, which means a severe degree of agitation or restlessness, gets the examination of orientation or clouding of sensorium. We need to ask questions like, what day is this? Where are you? Who am I? And thereby we can make a judgment about their orientation to time, person or place. And that's how we assign the score of 0, 1, 2, 3 or 4. So what is the importance of this SIVA scores? The SIVA scores actually help us in taking some further decisions about the management of the patient. So if the total SIVA score, which is the sum of all the items which we discussed just now, if this total score is less than 8, which means the severity of alcohol withdrawal is mild and the person requires more of supportive treatment. In most patients of alcohol dependence which we see, the score would be moderate, that is between 9 to 15, and these are the patients who would definitely require medicines, pharmacological treatment and preferably in an outpatient setting. Those patients who will have a score of more than 15 on SIVA will be judged to have severe alcohol withdrawal. They will definitely require pharmacological treatment, which should be provided preferably in a hospital setting. So, how frequently do we need to assess and monitor patients' SIVA scores? Again, if the person is judged to have mild alcohol withdrawals initially, one or even slightly more than that, 2 to 3 times a day or 1 to 4 times a day could be the recommended frequency of monitoring SIVA scores. Those who are in the moderate severity of alcohol withdrawals, that is scores between 9 to 15, need to be asked these questions every 4 hours. Those who are in the severe range or in the delirium tremens stage of SIVA need to be even more frequently monitored for the progression of their alcohol withdrawal severity. So, as we discussed earlier, experienced clinicians may not require use of scale like SIVA in their routine clinical practice. But for beginners, it is always advisable to base their management algorithm, the management decisions based upon the scores on SIVA scale. So, this is how the algorithm looks like. A patient of alcohol dependence presenting for management of alcohol withdrawal, acute alcohol withdrawals. We undertake their history, conduct physical examination, apply the SIVA scale to them, and as we discussed earlier, they may be in the mild, moderate or severe degree of alcohol withdrawal based upon the scores on SIVA scale. Irrespective of the severity of alcohol withdrawals, they will require monitoring as well as correction for thiamine deficiency, dehydration and electrolyte imbalance. But those in the milder degree of alcohol withdrawal, that is SIVA scores less than 8, they will largely require outpatient management, supportive care along with planning long-term treatment so that they do not relapse to drinking again. Those with SIVA scores between 9 to 15, which means moderate degree of severity of alcohol withdrawals, they will require, along with management of thiamine deficiency and dehydration, supportive care as well as benzodiazepine assisted outpatient withdrawal management. So these are the patients who will stay at their home, receive a benzodiazepine prescription from us and get treatment using these benzodiazepines at their home only. Along with this, they will also require planning for long-term treatment. On the other end of the spectrum, there will be those in the severe end of the spectrum with SIVA scores more than 15. They will obviously require hospitalization, management of thiamine deficiency and dehydration, a more intense supportive care and planning of their long-term treatment. We will go into details of this in the subsequent section. So, what do we do with those with mild degree of alcohol withdrawals, which means SIVA scores less than 8? We just provide them supportive care at their home only, where we look after they are asked to look after their vital signs, other signs and symptoms of withdrawal. They require general kind of nursing care, a comfortable environment at home, reassurance. They need to ensure that they are eating and drinking properly so that nutrition and fluid balance is maintained. They will also require vitamin supplements in the form of intramuscular injections of thiamine 100 to 300 milligram for next 3 to 5 days. After that, they may be shifted on oral intake of thiamine 100 to 300 milligram per day. They will also require brief intervention or counseling and subsequently they may be referred to more specialist care. It's also advisable to plan follow-up visits for them so that they can come back again and some investigations or assessments can be conducted if required. This is the time when the planning for their long-term treatment in the form of anti-craving medications or deterrent medications can be planned, which will be discussed in some of the subsequent sessions. But a more important group of patients from our perspective would be those with SIVA scores between 9 to 15.